to, I'll send this to Mr. Randall as well. And we'll, there, we get some more light here. Excuse me. This is my, I don't have a good side, so, you just have to do whatever you can do. So how was your work day? Good?
Still going. I couldn't get on sooner. I just got off a meeting. Um, so I'm sitting in this lovely trailer. I can show you my project that's
Sure.
underway if you want.
Yes, that would be wonderful.
Okay, let's see. Whoops, that door's locked. So it's a new high school for Seattle Public Schools. It's 300,000 square feet. And they just moved in on April 21st and started their first day of school. Um, and then we're demoing their existing building and we'll continue to keep building a new performing arts center. So let's see. So far, it's just a lot of construction trucks, guys in hard hats.
Now, this is a not, or this is a renovated or a brand new building.
Brand new building.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see. Still, still going. And they're going to have a dedication on Saturday with news groups and stuff and community members and all that good stuff.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So, let's see, maybe I wonder if I can turn this around. Well,
Bottom right corner,
everything's in the bottom right corner, isn't it?
unless it's in the bottom left corner.
Huh. Oh, hang on.
Or you can just turn the camera around, doesn't matter, whatever way
Yeah,
you want.
do that, couldn't I? But then I can't see if I'm showing you the right stuff.
Gotcha.
But just gonna take a shot at it. All right. So at the far end is the gym.
Okay.
The first two levels of brick are commons spaces, learning stair, art rooms. Um, and the upper two levels with the blue and orange are classrooms, science rooms. There's a giant generator and then a skills center where they do construction trades.
Wow.
If you
Now,
can see,
what part of Seattle would this be?
it's southeast Seattle. It's called Rainier Valley.
Okay.
Um, so that's a lot of the building.
How many students do you think you'll be able to muster up once
It's
it's
1,600. It's designed to hold 1,600 students, and they've been wanting this project for 13 years. They've been lobbying for a new school.
wow.
Yeah, and then out beyond where that parking is, there will be new play fields.
Great.
So the rest of it's a disaster, but it's coming.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, when you started off at Syracuse, could you have ever imagined doing what you're doing now?
I didn't know that I'd be doing K through 12, but I knew I wanted to do architecture.
Yeah, I know that, but
Yeah.
I mean, has this, I guess it's a learning by doing kind of thing as well, too, right?
Trial by fire. It is. I do. I had been doing a lot of project management on K through 12 schools, but I was in the office all the time. I wasn't on site very much. So there's a big learning curve with doing the construction administration. So I've been on this project for the last 5 years, from the day we interviewed it until today when they're in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Now, what do you think was the most challenging part of pulling this whole thing off?
Um, there's been a lot of challenging parts. Probably, I mean, probably there's always budgets to deal with, but I'd have to say working with the contractor has been the most challenging part.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah. I'm saying that very quietly. They're all over the place. But yeah.
Now, can I ask you, what kind of materials have the materials changed an awful lot since you began, you know, building buildings?
I'd say the one thing that we use a lot of is the blue panel, behind over my shoulder is
Yes.
metal panel. And we use a lot of that because it's so economical and kind of somewhat bulletproof. Um, I mean, um, well, Chapin, for example, is a historic old house, and it's hard to find that out here on the West Coast. But we tend to do a lot of durable materials down on the first level, first two levels that will hold up to abuse. And then there's a lot of metal panel that is very economical.
Wow.
So that's kind of the biggest thing.
And I'm going to ask you a silly question. I'm sure you've probably prepared this answer. Why are the science areas in orange windows? Uh, is that just for uh,
It's just
beauty?
an aesthetic. So the school colors, this school is very, very proud of their orange and blue.
Okay.
That's their school colors. So that's part of the color palette. Um, they have a really successful both IB program and then also a very successful basketball program. So they're really trying to play up both their athletic and their academic strengths. And it couldn't be any other color than orange and blue for Rainier Beach.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Um, uh, how about internet connections and all the wires, the billions of wires that you have to run for that? Is it all optical fiber, or how do you do this?
Well, there's a tremendous amount of cabling that goes through this building. There's actually the other thing about it is it's on very poor soil. So the concrete slab that's in here in some cases is 2.5 feet thick. And within that slab, we're running conduits of electrical cables in that slab along with plumbing. And they all just pop up on two big electrical rooms on the east and west ends. And then there's also a data center because this is South Seattle. They wanted a data center that would connect back to their main Seattle Public Schools data center so that if power goes down, they have this data center here as well to kind of connect to the schools in the south end.
Wonderful. Well,
Yeah.
I want to tell you something funny. Jeff Friedman wasn't able to come today because he's on a cruise right now, and it would have been virtually impossible to run a Zoom through a cruise setup. That would have to go through a satellite and back down again, and round and round and round. So he sent a photograph of himself and Adam Sandler. Uh,
Is he cruising with Adam Sandler?
well, uh, I think that may have been their only run-in, but yeah, Adam Sandler's there, and I put a picture of he and Adam Sandler together. Uh,
Oh, cool.
yeah, it's kind of fun, and
Wow.
yeah, and Jim King. He was hoping that you and Nat and Grant and Wes and a few other people, Frito, would have been able to come on, but there was just no way that I could pull all these things. If I ran it at 8 o'clock at night, all the East Coast people would be getting ready to power down. And
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to herd all those cats all over the country, but
absolutely, absolutely. But
glad to hear that Jeff Friedman is hanging out with Adam Sandler. That's a quite an accomplishment.
well, they're both pretty funny guys. What do
Mm-hmm.
you think about it? And
Yeah. They'll have the ship in stitches.
yeah, and I'm going to post this shortly after we wrap. And I don't know how much time you have. Let me know if you're running out of time. Uh,
I have to run back in and get some more stuff done. I'm
okay,
sorry, but
this is,
sorry I missed Jim and sorry I couldn't get on sooner. Tell him I say hello.
you know what, conferences, with all due respect, are difficult beasts to deal with because you know, as soon as you think you've reached a forward point, then things start to fall back. Well, what if? And
Yeah,
yeah, and
yeah, I
that's
know.
that's the way it goes. Well,
Yeah,
listen, Gene, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much. I'm going to pass this on to Tom Randall, uh,
good.
and you know, I'm sure the kids that missed this are going to say, "Ah, rats." But I
If it,
had hopes you were going to come on just for a few minutes, and you spent 25 minutes. That's more than enough time. And thank you so very much. Say hello to Wilson and your husband, and uh, and you guys have a good. Tomorrow is the actual runathon, and
yep,
they're offering like a 3-for-1 deal on the whatever you donate gets tripled, I think. Uh,
okay.
and so that's not a bad deal for those that are listening in. No pressure at all on you, Gene. Not at all.
I ran 2 miles last night as a warm up, so I'll see what I can do tomorrow.
All right, Gene.
All right.
Blessings to you and the gang, and thank you so very much for everything and for all your help with all the good things and keeping in touch and not hanging up on me when Bill Clinton calls. You
I
know,
know. I love those Bill Clinton calls. I'm glad he's still doing well.
oh
And
well,
Jimmy
he's
Stewart, too. Jimmy, it's been nice to hear from Jimmy
out
Stewart every once in a
here
while.
somewhere. I don't know where he is. Okay. Well, Gene, take care.
You too.
All looks wonderful. You're gonna have to show us the end of the line. When is this project scheduled for completion?
Fall of 2026.
Okay, that's
Yep.
not too much farther,
Yeah. Yeah.
but don't grow any
Yeah.
gray hairs in between now and then.
Okay.
Look lovely. Take good care. Thanks so
Thanks.
much for everything.
Well, thank you. I love Chapin. I'm glad they're still doing this. So more power to you and keep
Okay,
running. Okay.
next year, 50. Take care. Bye bye.
Sounds good. Okay. Bye.